Welcome back to Dialogue Tree. This is season 2, episode 23. I'm Matthew Peterson, and as always, I'm joined by Daniel. The P is stored in the balls Padilla.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Nothing much.
Dude, I came to this earth to eat shit and die. Let me tell you, I am all out of shit, man. What's cooking, dude? How's your week going so far?
Well, it is just Tuesday.
Right.
But yeah, I've just been looking on the vaccine website trying to sign up for an appointment.
You haven't been able to yet?
I still have to wait till they get more doses coming in, and
Right.
I really don't know when that is or if that's even public information, so I just check it every day. New York's about to open, so Josh is going to be doing the same thing.
I hung out with a couple of people from New York last night, and they were telling me that I think today actually is when it was supposed to open up for them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's what they said.
Well, I hope it went well for him. It probably didn't, considering how many people live in New York.
Billion
How many
people
young people.
Right, like a billion people trying to sign up for that shit at the same time.
Yeah.
All at once, yeah.
And I think the COVID vaccine is proportional, but also there's a baseline amount you get,
Right.
kind of like U.S. political representation. So
Right.
the smaller states still technically get a better deal.
Right. Which is kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of garbage, but whatever.
But the vaccine-wise or politically?
Kind of both.
It makes less sense vaccine-wise, I think.
Makes less sense vaccine-wise, yeah.
But the idea back in the day was that kind of all the states were equal when the country was founded.
Yeah.
And if the large states got all the votes, then if you live in, I don't know, Nebraska, then people, just like the East Coast in California would decide all your local policies despite not living in Nebraska. And then the fear was that Nebraska would just cede from the union because they were getting no benefit from it.
Yeah, you're right. I suppose that makes sense.
That's the idea, at least.
Right.
Whether or not it's working.
Whether or not it's still like relevant today and whatever. Right? Yeah, right. Shit, dude. So we had a whole conversation about this last week, but I still wanted to bring it up on the pod, man. Where do you stand, Matthew Peterson? Where do you stand on the concept of whoopie pies, man?
You know, I think the store-bought whoopie pies are really bad. I think they're one of the worst products you can buy from. I don't even know what you would call that category. The Twinkie boxed products. You know what I mean?
The Twinkie box sort of like baked pastry, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Little Debbie and Twinkie kind of stuff you buy that's pre-wrapped. The homemade ones are not so bad though.
Have you ever had have they ever been made in your household? I guess is my question.
No, my parents have never made them, but I've definitely had them at least at school.
Yeah.
I think it's a Southern thing. I don't really know where they're from.
They're actually from New England. They're actually like a very New England thing. It's a hot debate whether they're from like Philadelphia or Massachusetts or Maine, if I'm not mistaken.
No one really eats them here, I don't think. They're not that popular.
In like Connecticut?
Yeah, at least in my experience.
Right.
But yeah, they're okay. It's not the first thing I would choose to eat. I'd rather just eat a brownie or something.
Yeah, they are kind of overpowering, if you will. Right? Because it's just like,
sweet.
It's like, right, it's incredible because it's just like two pieces of like cake, and like in the middle
like
it's
a cake sandwich.
In the middle it's just like an inch of just like straight up like cream, like sweet cream.
Yeah, and you have to refrigerate them to keep them safe.
Which I wasn't aware. All right. Okay. So the reason I bring this up is because they had a truck with like free whoopie pies here on campus last week. I think it was like Thursday or whatever. So I went to get one. I wanted to get one, right? Because like my supervisor was kind of I guess she was with some other students. She was kind of coordinating it. So she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have whoopie pies. So like, go and get one, whatever. Maybe meet some people." The thing was that it was like really cold out. So they wanted to like get rid of all the whoopie pies like as soon as possible so that they could all go home. So I kind of like stayed and hung out with them for a bit just to like try to get people were really not receptive towards them, man. Like just like students on campus, they'll like walk by me, like, "Hey, you want a free whoopie pie? They're free." "No, thank you, I'm good." Like surprise, I don't know, man. Like free dessert, I feel like that's something that I would usually not deny firsthand. You know what I mean? I'd be like, "Oh, sure." Maybe if I don't like end up consuming it, whatever, I feel like for free dessert, I usually just go for it anyway. But anyway,
it was kind of free dinner time, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 6?
It was, I think I started at like 5. Yeah, I think you're yeah.
Yeah, that's a little early to eat a whoopie pie because I don't think I'd wanna eat dinner after eating a whoopie pie.
Right. I guess that's fair. But yeah, so I grabbed mine. I had like I don't know that I'd ever had a whoopie pie before, and if I had, it was probably because I remember not having like the best idea of whoopie pies, right? And so
Mhm.
if I had one before, it was probably one of those prepackaged little Debbie type whoopie pies that I thought was kind of like fake plastic garbage.
Yeah.
But the one that I had last week was pretty good. Except again, it was like super overbearing. Like I could not like have I could only have half of it for sure.
Mhm.
And so like I was like, all right, this is all right. This is good. I want to finish this. I'll finish it tomorrow. I did not for a second think about whether it had to be refrigerated or not. So I just like texted you, I think, I don't know, like, shit, dude, should I have refrigerated this shit? I want to eat it, but now I don't know if I should.
No, we were playing Rocket League,
Oh, we're playing Rocket League, yeah.
and we were talking about it, and then I was like, "Are you sure you wanna eat that if you didn't refrigerate it?" And then you just ate it anyways. But it was only a day.
Yeah, it was only a day, and like it's not hot, like my apartment's not like the warmest place in the world. It's not like humid or anything. So like I'm sure it was all
Yeah.
right. It didn't smell funny, and it didn't certainly didn't taste funny or anything. It probably would have been better. Like it would have tasted look like a little nicer if it had been refrigerated.
Mhm.
But it was all right. Like it was still like a good dessert
Yeah,
for like a Thursday, Friday afternoon. Yeah, it was still good.
I guess. I don't usually coordinate the days
Right.
with the
I mean,
dessert.
I just mean, yeah. It's just like a snack in the middle of the day, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like after I was done with like school and class and whatever and all that shit. I don't know. It just hit right.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm glad you didn't get sick.
yeah, I certainly am too. I enjoyed it and I would have eaten it anyway probably, but like I was still like at the back of my head, I was like, shit, man, like am I gonna get sick for doing this shit? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
What the hell else is going on, Daniel?
Man, I got myself so it was my birthday a couple of weeks ago, right? A couple of Sundays ago. And so like my parents and my brother and his wife all got me like an Amazon gift card or whatever. And so I got myself an AeroPress, man. It came in the mail yesterday. Have you ever used one?
No.
I haven't either, but like it looked like a I don't know, man. I just like having different methods to like make coffee and whatever. Just like maybe one day like share with people, just like have myself. And the AirPress looked like a fun little new method to like play around with. So like I went and I'd been like, kind of like looking at one for a while. I went ahead and got one. It came in the mail yesterday. Unfortunately, I don't know that I'll have the ability to like experiment, play around with it until like fucking I don't know like Thursday afternoon because like I'm real busy with schoolwork and just work. But yeah, it came in the mail and I have it with me and it looks cool.
It seems like one of those trendy things, like an air fryer that people are getting into.
What the fuck is the deal with air fryers, man?
So apparently, I don't know if it doesn't use any oil, but it apparently uses limited oil or no oil.
Less, it's not as unhealthy.
Yeah,
That's a
because when you take potatoes out of the basket and the oil kind of drips down out of the potatoes and
yeah.
they're still covered in oil.
They're like soaked. Yeah.
Yeah, so the air fryer would just heat the potatoes without actually having them touch the oil so that they won't
Oh,
get all wet, you could say.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't really know how it works, at all, but I think that's the concept.
I mean, it's a cool concept for sure. And I guess I don't know if it's the same deal with the AirPress. I just know my buddy Shadi, he in front of the show, he's been on the show. He had one when he was in California, and he was like, "Dude, this is like really good." And I was like, "All right." It's always fun for me to like make coffee and like the different. If I have like different ways to make it, I can just like play around and like have a good time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how trendy it is. I guess I don't really know a lot of people who like have one. Or you know what I mean? Like I don't.
Well, I
I
don't know,
certainly
I know a lot of people who have an air fryer, but you see it on infomercials and I don't know.
for like the AeroPress, like I've seen like a bunch of like memes on like mainstream meme pages and whatever about air fryers and how like out of nowhere they've kind of like blown up. That I haven't like quite seen any about like the same kind of hype for like the AeroPress.
Yeah, I don't think they're as popular.
Seems to be like a very like similar concept to the French press. Right as in like you drop the grounds and then you like pour the water and then you just like there's like a plunge that you kind of like they kind of like push down on to like push the coffee through.
Right.
But the thing about it is that it's supposed to like brew it in like a lot less time. Like a French press, it'll brew within like 4 to 5 minutes, whatever your preference is.
Yeah.
But that's usually like the average. The French press is supposed to like make a cup of coffee within like a minute and a half to 2 minutes tops, I think.
That's considerably faster, but I've never had that be an issue for me with
No,
my
yeah.
press.
Right, right, of course. Not like, "Oh, the French press is, like, much too slow for me." Maybe yeah, no. No, no, no. I'm just talking about, like, how is, like, different, not necessarily, like, its benefits over the French press.
Yeah, I have no idea how it works. Kind of like the way I described the air fryer. I just described it like an oven and
Right.
not I don't know what makes it different than an oven, I guess
Then
besides it gets really hot, like
right,
even hotter.
maybe that cooks it quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. Fucking, Mr. Kalamasi visited,
Yeah.
Mr. Kalamasi visited me here on campus on Friday 'cause believe it or not, he was accepted to the same school that I'm going to now. And so, yeah, it's funny because I was like, of course, I keep in touch with Mr. Kalamasi, and I was like, and when I told him, I don't think I told him that I had even like applied to the school that I'm in now and whatever, but I did message him once I got here. I'm like, hey, yo, like I'm back in Massachusetts. What's up? And he told me, like, yo, like I'm applying to go to the same school and whatever. And so he got accepted. I think about a fucking I don't know, like about a month ago. I think he messaged me saying that he'd been officially accepted. And he's been the couple of times that I've seen him since I've been here, he was looking for apartments because like on top of like his program, he's also looking to just like move out of the house, just like in general of his parents' house.
Mhm.
So even though his program doesn't really start until the fall, he's still looking to like move in as soon as possible. In fact, I should message him to ask how that's going because he was supposed to like turn in his application yesterday, I think.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, so just kind of like ask if he did and what the turnaround's kind of looking like and whatever.
Oh, what do you guys do?
We walked downtown because I made it. I've been trying to make it a point to like take at least one walk a week to just kind of like get out of campus. So we walked downtown, talked some shit. Went to have a coffee at this place that I like called Jaho. Really good. They also have like good boba, which I've heard. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard. And like all the people who order it, it looks like incredible. Like it looks really good. Just haven't had it myself yet. And then we just came back, man. Just shot the shit. We played fucking. We played. I think I've mentioned this game on the pod before. A game called Heave Ho. Have
Yeah,
I have I talked about? Yeah.
I
We
think
played
so.
that. We played that for like a couple hours because it's one of those like couch co-op type games. Right now, it's a good time. And then he had this game on the Switch. I forget the name. Something about fingers. It's weird. It's like the concept. It's like a board game, right? But it's like a board game designed around the fact that like it is a video game and the
It's like
way to
Mario
work.
Party.
Yeah, kind of. Right. And the way it works is so you're like bandits of some sort, and like the object of the game is to get however many bags of loot you set to be the target amount, right? So like because he didn't know like how long he was gonna be able to be around for before it got like dark or had to get back home or whatever. We set the target amount of loot bags to 4, right? And so like you throw the dice, you move like around tiles, but you can't see the tiles, right? So you move a space and then the tile kind of like pops up, and you can like interact with whatever is in that tile, or you can just like but if you interact with whatever's in that tile, you don't get to move, right? So even though maybe on your die you got 4, but then you move one space to the left and you see that tile and it has something you want to interact with. If you decide to interact with whatever was on that tile, you can move the remaining 3 steps, right? That'd be like the end of your
Okay.
turn. And there could be like dungeons, and in dungeons, usually that's where you usually find the loot, right? And if you have a dungeon, you'll like play the dungeon, and it'll turn into like this weird sort of like 3D platformer type situation. And you'll be running around like opening chests and getting coins and whatever, while the other player, however many other players you have, I guess we only played 1v1. I don't know how it works when you have more than 2 players, but like the other player is kind of like manipulating the traps in the dungeon, right? So like to try to like get you, if you will, and you have like 3 hit points or whatever. And like if you get hit 3 times, you like die and you like fail a dungeon and you don't get the loot and whatever.
Right.
That's kind of how it worked, yeah. And depending on like how much loot you steal before you're able to like drop it off at the campsite, there's like guards. You're like wanted level. Your wanted level increases, and so like the guards are on to you, and you can lose a turn. They can take your loot, whatever. It was interesting. Not gonna lie, it was an interesting concept. I don't fucking remember the name of the game. Maybe I can like look it up. But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting.
It sounds like Crawl. though it's not, I know.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like there's 4 of you and one person is the hero, and then the other players can possess, like, the NPCs in the dungeon,
Yeah.
kinda like, it's like Gungeon or it's like a roguelike, like, there's just enemies around, but the human players are little ghosts, and you can control the traps or enemies, and whoever kills the hero gets to be the hero, and you just
Oh, right.
take turns trying to kill the main guy until, uh, you get to the boss or whatever, and then all 3
Right.
people control the boss at once. So it's like the same idea.
In the sense that you, like, manipulate, like, the yeah, to try to, like, kill the other yeah, right, right, right. So it's called Light Fingers is what it's called.
Light fingers.
Yeah, it was a
Hmm.
good time. And so on top of that, talking shit, I got him a Choco Taco from the calf because I knew he likes those and he was able to, like, consume it without putting his dick in it, which is,
Yeah.
you know, and we called Nick because he hadn't talked to Nick Kirscher in a while, he said. So I was like, "Hey, like, let's just fucking call this guy." And we just, like we got on a video call with him for, like, I don't know, for, like, a good 20 minutes, half hour. And you know how, like, video calls with Nick Kirshner go, they, like, go
Yeah.
off the rails, like, really quickly. So,
Now this episode is ruined because you mentioned Nick Kirshner.
oh, fuck, you're right. That's 2 episodes in a row,
You're
isn't
gonna
it?
have to
Yeah.
blacklist this one too.
Yeah, you're right, goddamn. Yeah, I don't know. Chill time, chill time. I'm excited to, like, potentially have him, like, live really, really
Like, live right
nearby.
next to you.
Yeah, yeah, like, very soon, it'll be nice to, like, have a really close friend, like a familiar face around, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
How about you, Doug? What the hell else is going on?
I've been playing Valheim with Josh and Spencer. It's a lot of fun still.
Is anything, like, interesting been happening?
We were just kinda, like, staying around the starting area and building stuff and, chopping down trees and all that classic Minecraft kind of bullshit and collecting resources.
Yeah.
But then we built a boat, like a big boat, and we just, like, wandered off, and we got to a really high level area. I was just, like, wandering around, and I saw a mosquito. I was like, "Oh, it's a
What the hell?
mosquito." It's like a big mosquito, but it's
Okay,
just a
okay.
bug. So I go up to it, and it fucking just one shots me instantly. Of course, Spencer is like, I'm like, Spencer, I'm under attack, and then I just die. And then Spencer comes up to it, and I'm like, no, don't fight it, run away. So Spencer runs away, and then it leads it back to Josh. Of course, I
Right.
kills Josh,
Oh, no,
and
dude.
Spencer got in the boat and like sailed out to sea it far enough to be out of its range, I guess.
Yeah.
So we were able to preserve all our items, but we basically got ourselves in the middle. We like skipped a bunch of biomes, like how you'll be starting in the easiest area, and then radially it will sort of generate out from you of
Right.
like harder areas. But we just kind of sailed on the ocean to a really high level area, and now we're trying to figure out what the hell to do.
So if you die, are you able to just, like, respawn in, like, the same world?
You'll respawn where you put your bed,
Okay.
and if you go touch your body, you'll get your stuff back.
Okay. Okay, okay,
Kind
okay.
of like Dark Souls. It's a pretty cool game, but
Right.
nothing super new to report on it. We don't get that much progress because we only play like once a week,
Yeah, right.
but it's a good time and it's pretty relaxing despite all the crazy enemies.
What about it is relaxing? Just, like, the visuals, music?
Yeah, you're just kind of in the woods with like
Right.
ambient music walking around, and there are a lot of areas where you're not in danger and you're just kind of building or collecting stuff or whatever and hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's only in early access, so I imagine there'll
Oh,
be more
still? For
stuff when
real?
the game
No
actually
way.
comes out. Yeah,
I think it was
it's
like
an
a I
alpha,
think
I think.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought it was like a 1.0 already, damn.
No, it's definitely still early access. I have no idea what their plan to call it a full release is,
Right.
but it's good for what it is right now.
Did you keep up with this match that was going on Friday? Did you at
Yeah, it
all?
was okay. It wasn't nothing crazy was happening. I didn't
Were
watch
you
most
watching
of
were
it.
you wa were you watching the East Coast stuff? Is that what you were watching?
Yeah, I didn't even end up watching the end.
Oh, okay, I was gonna tell you, why the hell didn't you tell me that fucking H-Bogs won?
Oh, I didn't see the finals. I told you one of
Right.
the games he was playing, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, right, right. I think by the time you messaged me about that, I was already, like, fucking passed out.
I don't know how many people were there. I didn't watch that much of it. By the
Right.
time I had tuned in at the end, the tournament was over and they were doing giant melee 1v1s, which was pretty funny.
Says it with, like, giant characters, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a game
Right.
mode where it just gives everyone a mushroom permanently.
Right.
So I mean, and these guys really play that like that's what they do. So they were pretty good at it,
Oh,
which was kind of
interesting.
funny to watch.
It's interesting to, like, focus on, like, a game mode like that.
Yeah, and it kind of changes up the tier list because,
Yeah,
uh,
I bet.
like, Luigi is really good.
Oh, shit. That's wild to think about.
Because Luigi is so slippery, he can slide around really fast even though,
Yeah,
he's, like, huge. It doesn't change his friction, so he can just get everywhere really fast while still being super
right.
heavy, so he doesn't die really easily like normal.
Right. Yeah, it makes
But yeah, I
sense.
didn't really see the tournament. It wasn't a huge one.
Right, it's a yeah. Still, it must have been fun to watch. I don't know. Friday, I was pretty beat, man, like, after we pl oh, no, 'cause, dude,
We were
fucking
playing
playing
Rocket League.
Rocket yeah, playing Rocket League with you assholes on Friday night, I laughed so goddamn hard. It just that it, like, physically wore me out, like, it felt like a workout laughing so hard, like, all my muscles were, like, engaged and everything.
Yeah.
So, that shit just took me out. I don't know, I guess just it's like an anecdote that, like, made me really happy while we were playing Rocket League on Friday. Um, uh, I don't know how we got here. We must have had, like, a really bad game or something, and Spencer was saying, like, "Oh, that was, like, atrocious," or whatever. You were like, "Yeah, Eddie was there." And Spencer says, "Eddie Vedder?" And you're like, "Eddie Ball," and that just fucking wrecked me, dude. That shit had me, like, on the floor, fucking wheezing, grasping for, like, air and whatever.
I thought it was really funny because you thought it was so funny, but Spencer had no idea what, like, about what this nonsense meant, and was just confused while we laughed at him.
I don't know, I thought it was funny because, like, you had never said anything like that. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you had never just, like, come up saying that, "Yeah, Eddie was" like, I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
it was
like,
pretty random.
what did you think what did you think the reception of that comment was gonna be? Like, when you said it, I don't know.
I don't know, I just said it.
You just
I
said it.
didn't really have anything in mind.
But when you said it, you, like, envisioned Eddie Ball, right? Like, specifically.
Yeah. I thought Spencer would just say Eddie who. I don't think he'd think of any Eddies.
Right, and I think that's what's funny too, because it's like, I don't know, if you would've probably said that to me, I'd have been like, "Yeah," and just, like, kinda, like, gone with it, you know what I mean? Spencer just decided to, like, play along, he's like, "Eddie Vedder? No, Eddie Ball." And that shit, I don't know, because I was in the mood of those kind of, like, little pranks that you say to people, right? Because I
Mhm.
earlier in the day, my buddy had messaged me saying that he was gonna be that he was coming up to Massachusetts, right? And I'm like, it was like a mean joke because I haven't seen this guy in like years, and I wanted to see him and everything. He was like, "Yo, I'm driving up to Massachusetts." Oh, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. When?" He's like, and he sends me a picture of like the highway with like some kind of sign that said like, I don't know, fucking Boston, 20 miles away or whatever. And he texts me currently, and I'm like, "Nah, when did I ask?" And I fucking killed him. Yeah, I don't know. I love those little pranks like that. They're like pretty mean, but like I don't know. Like if you I don't know, whoever you're like playing them on is like cool about pranks and whatever, they can be
Yeah,
fun. So that's why I was beat up on Friday night. That's why I went to bed like I don't know, without like even thinking about watching anime, like because I was
yeah.
beat up.
Well, congratulations to Hunger Bucks for winning.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm
Healthy, he was playing better.
I'm certainly happy about that. Certainly happy for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the game back where he lost to S2J, and he was definitely playing kinda suspect, compared to his usual play, you know?
What do you mean suspect? As in not
Like,
very good?
he definitely missed he just he just up throws S2J, and he's gonna hit him with the rest, and he just doesn't jump, so he just throws S2J away and then falls asleep on it, like, in place, and
Oh yeah,
S2J just comes up and fucking kills him.
that's odd. That's
But, like,
weird.
mechanically, his DI was definitely bad. S2J was comboing him with stuff that isn't really guaranteed, and usually you don't get. So he was just it just seemed like he was playing kinda lazy.
What do you mean by DI?
So, when you get hit, you know how if you hold it in a direction, you can kind of, like
Like charge it up or
no,
not?
like, if you get hit and then if you hold left, you'll go more left.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
So, Hungry Box was either not, doing that or holding the wrong way, and
He
he
just kept
was
floating?
allowing himself to be comboed when it wasn't necessary.
Oh, right. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's weird. That's wild.
Which he usually never does. He used to never die off stuff. He used to have, like, perfect DI. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Right, right.
but
What's the situation? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you keep up with this like as closely to like be able to like hear anything about this, but like I don't know, have like the usual like tournament organizers and whatever, like have they like come out with some kind of statement as to what the situation is looking like in terms of like maybe ever soon having some kind of in-person event at all?
yeah, so there's a melee circuit. There's some sort of a tournament series announced, and they basically said that the qualifiers are going to be all the online tournament results,
Yeah.
and then in September is what they're hoping for. Then those tournaments will be in person.
Oh shit, no way.
So that's the goal.
That's
That's
the goal, of course.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
still
it's the main
you
goal.
can't say for sure, but cool that it's something that they're like, you know, like actively thinking of.
I was on Twitter. I don't even have Twitter, but I was on Twitter for some reason. Um, I sent you that picture of Hungry Bucks, but
Yeah.
I just saw Axe had tweeted out like "Happy Easter, everyone," and then Mango just tweets at him, "Pikachu fucking sucks. Happy Easter."
What an asshole.
Well, yeah, of course, Mango. I guess just bored after being banned from Twitch
Right,
for
right.
being too drunk and rowdy.
Yeah.
Is just tweeting at people.
I'm about to send a meme to the Discord server, man.
Naming your child after a fictional character, and then this fat dude says, "Hey there, Khaleesi, how was school?" And his daughter says, "I hate you with every ounce of my being." And then the alternate Chad panel is naming your child after the greatest band to ever exist. And the dad says, "I'm so proud of you, Limp Bizkit." And the son says, "I am the homecoming king. I have a 4.0 GPA, and I'm dating the entire cheerleading squad." And he has the like Limp Bizkit hat, and he's really buff.
Naming your child after the greatest band to ever exist. That's fucking funny, man. Oh,
And
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne sends a meme of Beast Boys saying, "Can we have normal sex tonight, please?" And Raven says, "No, turn into the octopus again."
Damn, you made that connection really quickly. I don't know. I was like, who the hell are these people? It took me.
Oh, I used to watch Teen Titans when I was a kid.
I mean, I did too, the original one, and
Mm.
I used to like it, but like I don't know. Had you not said it, I don't have been able to land on it.
I'm glad I said it then.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been really weird.
Uh, that's fucking good. Yeah, dude, that's kind of what's happening on with my life. I have to go into the office in like an hour and a half, which it's all right. I did get a chocolate croissant from the cafe yesterday, which I haven't
Ooh.
consumed. So I might do that.
I remember one year at Clark, ever someone put chocolate in all the teachers' mailboxes. Maybe I said this already on this show, but someone put chocolate in all the teachers' mailboxes for either Valentine's Day or Easter, and
Oh,
then
I
a squirrel entered the building.
no, no way, dude.
And it just went insane overnight. And it was just like created this giant mess in the main office. There's wrappers and chocolate everywhere. And then of course it got like somewhere where squirrels get like a rat hole, and we had to call,
Damn.
I don't even know, it wasn't an exterminator because they didn't kill it, but we had to call some sort of specialist, and they got the squirrel. It was just an absolute disaster, and people didn't get their chocolate.
Did you work in the mailroom?
No, this was at the English, uh,
Oh.
like
Oh, right.
English major house, whatever the building was called. I forget
Okay.
they're all
Okay.
named after like dead benefactors. I don't,
Right.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
I remember the house because I took a couple of classes which I had to like drop off for which I had to drop off like final paper and shit
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the mail area in there. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so you've
Okay,
been in
okay.
that room then.
Yeah. I don't believe this. I mean, I don't know if you've said it before, but like this certainly sounds like new information to me. I
Okay,
can't
yeah.
believe it.
Yeah, it was just a weird day.
That's fucking wild, man. It's a shame too, because it was like a nice gesture, you know, but
Yeah, it was very cute.
right.
I don't even know who did it. Maybe they didn't wanna say after that.
Right.
Also during Halloween, our neighbors had those kind of peanut Reese's cups individually packed. So it's just like one thing of Reese's, and then you hand it out to the kids. But the squirrels, I guess, could smell that because the squirrels would take the full Reese's individually packaged cup and they couldn't even open it. But I guess they could smell the peanut butter in it, and they would just carry them around and like try to hide them. And there was
No
some on our
way.
porch. They just distributed them around the neighborhood.
No way!
It's really weird.
Like packets and everything?
Yeah, I don't think they could open it because it was one where you had to, like, find where it's been slightly cut for you and then rip,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
just, like, really tear at it. So they just were Reese's Cups kind of around on the
Like,
street.
get the fuck outta here. That's a weirdly cool story, man. I love that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah,
But it
tune in next week where, Danny is gonna come give us his favorite Bible passages and analysis.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course, we're gonna have a special,
Exegesis.
we're gonna have a special theology, episode that
Yeah,
we've been planning for a while, yeah.
so look forward to that.
Yeah, Danny, if you're listening, we're, very excited. Matthew, what have you learned today, dog?
Um, well, I've got some good ideas if I ever have a son.
Right. Right, that's fair, yeah.
But no, I learned, whoopie pie is from New England. I didn't
Oh,
know that,
yeah. Yeah,
though
yeah, right.
the origin is a little dubious to where specifically.
Yeah, right. And I guess on my end, which I had just thought about it too before I asked you, I've also forgotten since. Oh no, I learned about the whole squirrel thing in the English house, man. It's
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
up. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's fucked up. Yeah,
I wonder if Owen was there that day. I'll have to ask him.
dude, Owen's everywhere. Owen's omnipresent.
Yeah, but he used to be a history major.
Oh, right. So why the hell would he be there?
Well, he was an English major
Oh, he was. I didn't know that.
after,
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I got
but I
confused.
don't know what year this was. Anyways,
Anyway, shit, Matthew. Anything else you want to bring up to the table, dog?
nah, I'm good.
All right. Well, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Yeah, this has been a good time. I hope you enjoy your coffee air fryer and get back to us.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll definitely be reporting on. Yeah, for sure. Sounds
All
good.
right, yeah. We'll
All
see
right,
you
dog.
later.
Peace. Walk out, 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 walk out.